Welcome back to Comics History and Superhero Reviews. Today we review the Life of Captain Marvel #1. This is the variant cover by Artgerm. Artgerm does very interesting and well done art. I'm glad I picked this one up. So let's take a look here. The way we do this, we talk a little bit about whether we like the comic or not, some generic details, then we open it up, look at it inside, and then of course the spoilers will begin. So I had to think about this after reading it. It's with the Life of Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, who of course has a movie coming out soon. And I had to really think about this. This is more about her life as Carol Danvers than her life as Captain Marvel, but it also shows how her life as Captain Marvel has affected her as Carol Danvers in terms of her family. So it talks about the life of Captain Marvel. It's really talking about Carol Danvers, the person who became Ms. Marvel, who became Captain Marvel, and so on. So we're going to take a look at this. Overall, it's not quite what I expected at all. I avoided all the trailers and previews that Marvel put out about this. This is a big PR move on their part to push this comic, obviously with the movie coming out. But this is also, it's pretty good. It really tells us the background of this superhero. And there's other heroes in this, but the one who shows up the most really shows up not as the superhero, but as his real life persona, who also has a lot of messed up stuff in his background, and kind of gave it away. There's some messed up stuff in Carol Danvers' background and family history, and that kind of made her into the person she is. So let's open it up, take a look at the art, and see what we have. So open it up, and it shows a young Carol Danvers at Harpswell Sound, Maine, which is mentioned here. And she is the kid in the middle. And let's keep moving through here. So it shows some idyllic scenes from childhood. Then it switches to the present day, where she's taking on a couple of powerful female super villains. This is Tenelf, the Kree warrior. And we see interspersed with what we now later find out are flashbacks to her childhoods with some negative stuff. And the art here is pretty good. Liking it. We'll talk a little bit more at the end, but that's a good little punch we got going there. And then we have some scenery from her childhood with an abusive father, which we later find out is kind of why she's going all Hulk-like on Tenelf and Moonstone here, two pretty powerful villains, and who have fought Captain Marvel in the past. And we see some real rage here. Flashback with rage from her dad, and then Cena looking at Carol's mom way back when, and the smackdown on the villainous. And the other heroes are noticing, this isn't normal. What's going on here? And so they stop her from beating the tar out of Moonstone. And we go back to flashbacks with her father. And so she's having basically a panic attack, it looks like. So she gets checked out by resident expert on things medical and cosmic and alien, Tony Stark. This is the other superhero I was talking about. He shows up as Superman in the first page or two, but here he's really showing up as himself. And he himself is also a messed up person. If you know anything about his history in the comics or the movies, he's messed up. And so he tries to play therapist. We're on the credits page. The penciler is Carlos Pacheco. I've seen his stuff before. It's pretty good. Writer is Margaret Stahl. And inker is Rafael Fontiras. Colorist Marco Menias. The art and the colors are very good in this. I like it a lot. So here, Stark's kind of saying, hey, you need help. And so Carol decides to head back home. I'm not going to go through every little detail of this comic because I think it is worth you picking up and buying. Let's kind of flip through, look at the art for a little bit. But we do see some background history of her, Carol Danvers, And we meet her family. It's supposed to be her older brother, but he looks younger to me. And things are not always that great with the family. Argument, people leaving. And, everyone has family issues, some more serious than others. And again, here's her rage coming through again. And then some tragedy strikes. And again, we're not going to go through everything here. But then she's ignoring Tony's calls. He wants her to come back to being an Avenger. And she's helping her mom get her little brother, her big brother, settled back in. So this is a lot of emotion in here, a lot of character development. If you're looking for a superhero, supervillain SmackDown, this isn't it. I'm sure she'll have the opportunity later in this series. It's a 4-part series, by the way. And there's a mystery here. Looks like some tech. We assume later on it's going to be alien tech. And I won't get into all the super spoiler stuff here, but basically this book is talking about Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, and what made her into the person she is, her family background. And of course, I think we'll have opportunities to see some alien stuff and SmackDowns and whatnot. So this is she's one of my favorite Avengers currently, and I'm really looking forward to the new movie starring Brie Larson. So pick up Life of Captain Marvel #1. We'll be taking a look at the rest of this series as it comes out, and I am intrigued. I always like the Kree and the Skrulls. I like those alien races that have a big bad on for each other and for Earth. So Captain Marvel, The Life of. Pretty good book. If you like our review, subscribe. Talk later.